Hello, guys of United Rock Nations. So we are an amazing company with Peter of Pain. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank
All
you.
right.
We're happy that you are back with Pain.
Yeah.
The last album, You Only Live Twice, was released in 2011.
Yeah.
Then you released a new Hypocrisy album.
Yeah.
Then until Lindemann of Rammstein album.
Yeah.
It's easy for you to move from one project to another.
Sure, if you're schizophrenic, anything goes, you know. No, but I mean, it's music, you know. That's what I was meant to do, I guess, you know. And it's an adventure, you know. It's not just something that you have to do. It's interesting every time you write something because you never know how it's going to sound when it's done, you know. And that, for me, that really triggers me. And also, of course, if I like the song more than the previous one and the previous one, you know, if I feel that I'm progressing, you know, then I will never stop, you know. If I feel that I'm writing shittier and shittier songs, then it doesn't make sense, you know. But right now I feel like I doing good with my stuff, and then of course it's up to the fans to decide, you know. But at least I'm happy. That's one.
I'm happy also. I have a question just about the album with Till. Mm-hmm. What have you learned about your collaboration with Till Lindemann? It's the first time you work with him.
Well, I learned a lot, you know. Both me and him, I mean, he takes 25 years experience from Rammstein. I take 25 years of my stuff, and we put it together, and we learned a lot of stuff from each other. How to put songs together, you know. I always thought in this kind of way, and he always thought in that kind of way, and together we kind of got it together, you know. And we not only in music, you know, in life in general, you know, we really grew together as a good team, you know. We have a friendship for life after this, you know. We were very good friends.
Fantastic. Let's talk about the new album, Coming Home. Mm-hmm. I suppose that you recorded it on your own studio, Abyss.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about changing studios?
No, I mean, both yes and no. The problem is when I write songs, I don't only sit down with a guitar and write it, you know. The problem is I write the riff on the guitar or a melody on a keyboard, and then I put everything on top of it, like you almost hear it on the album, every part. So that means like I have to write the whole album. I have to be where I am right now, then go to another studio. So 8 months of making something and then go to another studio. It's, I don't know. The way I write now, or I've been writing for the last 10, 15 years, it's too hard even to bring in a producer because, you know, first I produce it till we are in a finished product. Then you're going to have a producer tearing it apart for 2 or 3 months, and I have to redo it again. And I don't know, my brain wouldn't take it. I think I would probably go straight into the wall, you know. So that is the biggest problem, you know. Of course, you know, if you can sit and write on acoustic guitars or do demos with the cheesy drum machines, yeah, make it very simple from the beginning. But the problem is simplicity is not in my, what did you call it? Yeah, in my language, you know, unfortunately. So it's really hard to do something half good and shit, you know, and then give it to someone to clean it up, you know.
Okay. What are the subjects you cover on the lyrics of the new album?
I don't know, all kinds of shit. Anything from me being a bastard when I was a kid till things up the ass on other things. No, but I mean, I think every song has its own story, so to say, you know. I mean, yeah, like I said, designed to piss you off, you know, is really about, maybe I was designed to piss people off because I did so much bullshit when I was a kid, you know. As soon as my mom turned around, you know, I set things on fire or crashed windows or whatever, you know. It was good that I found music, you know.
Okay.
So, and Call Me is about, you know, a gigolo that's, you know, having sex for money, you know. And
it's a very powerful song, Call Me.
Yeah, I like it. You know, it's catchy. It's got all of it. You know, it's got nice orchestra parts in it, and yeah, it's a very wide song. I think and it's fun to do those things. Like not always the expected things. Take the turns out a little bit more in this way or that way. It's for me, it's just an adventure when I write.
We know that there is some guests on Coming Home, the new album. We heard probably Joachim of Sabaton on one song, Call Me.
Yeah.
Tell me more about the collaboration with him. I know that you produced the last album of Sabaton. And there is another other guest on the album?
No, it's only my son that jumped in and played drums on the album.
Okay.
Because he can, and because it was convenient, since we live in the same house. So it's instead of calling David to drive for 3 hours, do one song and then go home, and then next time back and forth, it was so much easier. Plus, I think David had to do the new Hammerfall album. He jumped in and played drums there. So for me, it was just the easiest way. And my kid is really good on drums. He's just as good as any other drummer I've been recording. So it was very easy, and then I could concentrate on the music,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some songs sounds like they could be on Skills in Pills album. Like, for example, a Wannabe or Pain in the Ass. What do you think about that?
Well, I wrote the Lindemann album, so, I mean, music-wise, of course. So, I mean, I guess I am what I am, when I write, there's my influences in there. So, I would say, for me, it's just I'm trying to push it forward from where Lindemann and Payne left off, and just move on a little bit more. And that's always been my goal of writing music, just not stay in one kind of album kind of feeling, like AC/DC can do it, Status Quo can do it, there's a lot of bands that can do the same thing again and again, but of course with different lyrics and different, but the same feeling I'm talking about. I always want to, I don't feel that I found my thing yet, so I keep on moving forward and forward till one day when I'm getting lazy and old, then maybe I stick to the same kind of concept or the same kind of sound or the same kind of songs. But for now, I still have so many ideas, and I just want to keep on moving. I'm just hoping the fans can keep up with me, because when we run fast.
It's good. It's good for us.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some songs of the album. We have yet talk about "Call Me." I have also a question about "Natural Born Idiot." I love that song. Tell me more about that song.
Lyrically wise, you mean? Or yeah, I mean, well, let's go in on the lyrics. It's mainly about, like, everybody knows one idiot, that you really try to avoid every time you see, Either it's a he or a she. If you meet at the food store or in the bar, you go, no, not that guy. Fuck, hide me. So it's a little bit about those people that talks your brains out, and you're just going like, oh, leave me alone, It's very simple, but very normal,
There's a lot of orchestrations on the song "A Wannabe."
Yeah.
Tell me more about that song, about the arrangement and the orchestrations.
Yeah. I would say I found to make it very simple, I found an acoustic guitar in the studio. Beside my studio, because a friend of mine is renting a room from me, and I started to play on the acoustic guitar because I haven't done that for a long fucking time, and all suddenly these melodies came out. Really, it opened a little new door for me, to see music in different ways. So I start with this riff that you hear, and then. Yeah, it just roll. It's a snowball effect, I can feel what's gonna come next, and so on, and I see it in my head, and it's a very heavy song with a lot of cool orchestra parts in it that I really wanted to make huge. You know, when it comes, you can really feel it. You know, and the lyrics itself is about, you know, people are, you know, it's more about practice what you preach. If you say something, then stand up for it. And you know, are you a man or a mouse? You know, kind of. But, you know, of course, a woman or a mouse. Ooh, mouse. No, that's wrong. But you know what I mean. You know, you have to, you know, if you say things, then you have to stick with it, you know, I think, you know. And not only blah, blah, blah. And then when the heat is on, you go, oh, I got to go. You know, it's really just stand up for what you're saying, you know.
Right. So we know that you will tour in October, November.
Yeah.
What can we expect about the new shows?
Well, I'm definitely going to push the limit on that one as well.
Oh.
You know, really try to come up with... We're working on the stage show right now, and we're hoping if it's going to be as we hope, it's going to be good. That's for sure, with some surprises in there and some cool stuff and some cool effects and shit, you know. It all's gonna vary us on which places we are playing and where we can fit everything. Some places we can't fit everything. It all depends if you buy the fucking tickets. So we can upgrade on some places. No, but you know, we're gonna do our best to, even if we play smaller places, we're gonna squeeze in as much shit as we possibly can. And when we play the big shows, then there will be more stuff, you know.
I have a personal question. Mm-hmm. What was your first hard rock or heavy metal album you listened when you was a kid?
Probably Kiss, I think. I don't know, maybe even Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. I mean, I have an older brother that was always into rock music when we were kids. So, but what I know for sure is definitely Kiss albums. You know, that's always been
the one.
Destroyer.
Destroyer.
Yeah, Destroyer probably. That was the first album I bought for my own money, so to say. You know. And that was in '76. Ah, Stanley. I used to have one too, but you can't see it anymore. It's here, actually. Yeah.
It's my favorite band. So.
Yeah. Same here. You know, now it's. I think, you know, after the reunion.
Yes, they are older now. So.
Yeah, but it's not about the older. It's just like, well, it's maybe I'm egocentristic. I've seen it now with makeup, so. But I have my Kiss room at home, you know. I still collect a lot of Kiss stuff, and I really would love to meet them and so on, you know. They're still my, you know, they had something magically. Absolutely. You know, in the 70s.
It's Freed and Peter.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and unfortunately now, Peter Criss, I don't know if he's that good anymore on the drums, and you know how it is, you know. When you don't keep up practicing, then
absolutely.
It is what it is, you know.
Exactly. Thank you very much for all the things about the new album Coming Home.
Yeah.
It will be released on September.
Yeah,
9 September.
Yeah.
Buy it and see Pain on concert in France, of course.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you. Hi, this is Peter from Pain, and you're watching United Rock Nation. See you on tour.